Ah, Paige. You may know her as a stressed-out Tatler enthusiast or one of the many members of the mock trial cult. You may also know her as one of the Nielsen twins who always seems to be lurking in Miss Belskis' classroom. However, for me, Paige is not only every single one of those things, but also an incredible friend. She was one of the first to introduce me to She was the first to welcome me to St. Mary's last year, and was also one of the first to inform me of the powerful ways of mock trial. Paige is also one of the most dedicated and hardworking girls that I know, and seems to glide through school with ease. With her diligence and unique sense of self, I know that Paige will be sharing some insightful knowledge with us today. So please put your hands together for the oldest Nielsen at St. Mary's by 2 very important minutes, Paige Renee Nielsen.
I have always been a perfectionist. Not only do I want to prevail at everything I do, but I also want to do it all. Unfortunately, I am not perfect, so I have failed more than once. For one summer in elementary school, I was on a club swim team, and even though at most swim meets that summer I only ever raced against my sister Olivia, I lost every single race. Now, this failure to win in light of the obvious sibling rivalry was quite the blow to my ego. So I thought I would take the competition outside the family. On to my next plan. In middle school, I was convinced that I was meant to become the best softball player on my team. But unfortunately, Paige Nielsen, all-star softball player, conqueror of the world, was not meant to be. And as a stereotypical St. Mary's girl and chronic overachiever, each failure seemed like an inadequacy on my part. It made me feel like I didn't fit. For a long time, I thought that failing made me less than who I thought I was. But I was wrong. Something I had to understand is that success is not synonymous with winning. Success is putting in the work and overcoming your failure. Your effort, passion, and willingness to put in the work are all that matters. I used to let myself be defined by my failure, but now I know that what defines me is the energy and effort I put in, not the outcome. In high school, I have been involved in almost everything on campus. My sophomore year, I tried out for the soccer team. I had not played in a while, but I was confident that I would not and could not fail. Well, turns out my destiny was not to be a star soccer player either. In my 2 years of playing soccer for St. Mary's, I scored 0 goals and had maybe 2 assists. But I loved the sport, and I loved my team. So this year, when I was asked to be the team manager, I said yes. At first, it felt like another defeat on my part, but I found a new perspective. Even though my season as team manager was far from glamorous, it taught me that supporting other people, in this case my team, was just as important and even more important than being a competitor on the field. Now, mock trial seems to be almost synonymous with my name these days, but I'll tell you a secret. It has not always been this way. Freshman year, my greatest performance when I, as a defendant, cried on the stand. To some in the audience, this seemed to be skill. However, the truth was that my tears were not planned. No, they were the result of pure terror at the thought of being crossed by the other team. I am here to tell you that I have been in your seat, and I may not have faced your giants, but I have faced my own, and this too shall pass. A defeat or 2, or maybe even 10 does not define you. Failure is not final. In 5 years, if people hold bad grades or mistakes or even an unfortunate lack of athletic ability against you, then those people do not deserve you. More often than not, the most important thing you can do is try to understand someone else. Give them empathy because we all need someone to lean on. So support a friend on a tough day, or maybe even take the time to help someone with a subject that you rock at. A wise person once said, "It doesn't matter if you care, it matters how you care. It doesn't matter if you play soccer, it matters how you play soccer. It doesn't matter if you fail, it matters how you respond to that setback." The truth is that there is little in life that we can control, but there are a few things that we can, including our response to a situation. So be intentional in your response. Do you put in the time to get better? Are you a team player? Do you lend a hand when and where you can? Our world needs light and life. Our world needs smart, kind-hearted people to care intentionally. Your role, whatever it may be, will not always be glamorous, but you serve a purpose, and no one else can fill your spot. You are not the Titan Atlas. The world does not belong on your shoulders, but you do have your own weight to carry. So run the race with care and with compassion and empathy for those around you. And along the way, you will find that, as A.A. Milne says, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. And your impact is far, far greater on this world than you could ever imagine. Thank you.